And we're going to go directly to line one for my first conversation with Marjorie. How are you, Marjorie?
Not bad, and how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm quite honored to be speaking with you.
Thank you. But I heard you say last night about something I did was out over the airways. Now, the only thing I talk about in this too is when I talk to VOCM Nightline or day, whatever the line is, I only talk when they hear me right from the mouth.
That's right. And I believe there was an altercation between you and a friend of mine, Mr. David Cochrane. And of course, I was jokingly referring to the fact that he had stated that you had threatened him about biting his head off, I believe it was. Is that correct, Marjorie?
Yes, but did he tell you what he said?
Well, I was hoping you'd call in and tell me.
No, but I'm telling you, he called my friend. He said, your friend Danny Williams the dog. And I nearly died, and he's lucky that he's alive.
My goodness. So he called Danny Williams a thug, and you came to Danny's defense. Yeah,
he's lucky he's alive. That's how I come to Danny's defense. And he only turned me into a savage. Got a very short fuse.
Marjorie, you certainly do have a short fuse, and I've listened to you over the years, and not only do you have a short fuse, but you have a strong level of dedication to the Progressive Conservative Party, in particular certain members.
You know?
That's right. Now, what do you think of this whole situation that's going on right now, which, we've got the Premier coming in on an airplane with half a suntan because their vacation was cut short from Florida to deal with what is possibly a caucus revolt tomorrow morning. We have one MHA, Mr. Pauline from Mount Pro South, who has crossed the floor as of yesterday morning to the Liberal Party of Newfoundland and Labrador. Marjorie, what's your quick assessment on what's going on and what the future of the Progressive Conservative Party holds?
I hope we're going to come back strong, and I don't know what's going on in there because I'm not a part of the caucus and I'm not a part of the cabinet. But I can tell you one thing: with Tom Marshall sitting at that table, it can be fixed if they sit and listen to Tom Marshall. Because of all the years I've been in politics, I've been in politics now around when John Crosby. I was a Liberal with Mr. Crosby, then we went over to the Tories. I crossed the floor when John Crosby crossed the floor.
Oh my goodness!
That's how long I'm around.
Wow.
And I tell you, of all the people I've met since I became a politics, I have never came across anybody like Tom Marshall.
No, he's quite the fella, and I know him as well, and at one point I did a bit of work for the Department of Finance when he was there, and I certainly enjoy him as a person. But now you know that he's no longer running, so he's not going to be there.
I know, but he got 2 years there, and he's going to stay there to head the party.
Well, Marjorie, do you think that they're going to last another 2 years? I mean, I want your honest assessment.
Well, listen, if Kathy got the result, we got a year, but if and I tell you, we another friend. You must know Ross Reed Senior around.
Oh my goodness, I sure do.
And Ross Reed is my friend now since Mr. Crosby is there. And I tell you, that he's another fella who's down to earth, honest and decent, and tries to do the best for people. A matter of fact, when he was with the federal government, he tried to bring the guaranteed income, the things that will help, people that can help themselves and the low-class people.
That's right.
So, he's another fella. But I mean, this party, this Tory party underneath, with Tom Marshall there, is after doing more for seniors than anybody ever did.
And Marjorie, you know better than most that seniors are the majority in Newfoundland and Labrador. We have, I think, on average, I believe the average age of all Newfoundland. What is it? How does that go with math? The average age of Newfoundland and Labradorians are approximately 48 or 49 years old, and we, of course, seniors are one of the biggest issues that we have. So it's very important that these issues are being addressed.
That's what I've been dressed to do so much. I mean, look at housing and everything. You're a smart fella, you think, and you like to check into things. You do Newfoundland a favour. If you went in and looked at all the stuff and seen that what this party's after doing, no party ever did what this party's after doing for the Newfoundland.
Yeah, well, Marjorie, I happened to I was in government at the time that the Healthy Aging Strategy came about in the early 2000s, and I'll be looking at that in some detail in the days to come, because I'd like to see where that strategy is 10 years on, and perhaps after I discuss it, you and I can have a little chat about it next week, because
we can. But listen, I tell you, if you got let me tell you before it goes now, if you got the influence down where Harper's gone, and you can talk to them people over there, they tell him tell them not to trust him, because he's talking to you and you don't know what he's going to do to you while he's talking to you. He's the worst thing that ever happened to Canada, and God help the people down there if they gets tied up with him.
Well, we'll see what happens. Marjorie, I got to go to the break. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon.
We're going to have a hot date next week, okay?
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
We will.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Now, Marjorie might be interested. Stay tuned, because after the break, we're going to be speaking with Professor Chris Dunn from the Department of Political Science, and we're going to be discussing the history of floor crossing. Maybe he will mention Marjorie.